Please save YouTube by not making more TOSs or else I'll call 911 on you. Okay, so I'm sure you probably heard about this recently. YouTube has made new terms and services and everybody is pissed off about it. And not surprisingly, I am too. Now, I know a lot of people are going to, beat on this dead horse already, but, fuck you guys, alright? This affects me. This affects almost anyone else like me. Any people who are better or worse or lesser known, whatever. So, let's talk about their new services involving harassment and bullying. Now, a lot of people often criticize the copyright issues, like the DMCA on YouTube. That's completely broken. This is not as broken, but this one is just as bad. And it has never been fixed. It's always been this way. And it sucks for mainly anybody who does, who roasts people or commentates on people. It sucks, alright? So let's go over them. Harassment may include abusive videos, comments, and messages. I don't know what they mean by abusive. I really don't. I'm sure it means like saying something that's extremely like racist or homophobic or just straight up nasty, but there's no clarity. I mean, that's a problem with some of these new terms. There's no clarity with them. And the next one, revealing someone's personal information. Now, this one I actually do agree with because doxing is illegal. Like, it is illegal to dox somebody. And it's shitty. Very shitty. It's a very immoral thing to do. I've learned my lesson from that. From whatever. That's a story for another day. The next one, maliciously recording someone without their consent. How? I don't know what they mean by this. Without their consent. So, if I'm playing like a game online with a friend of mine or just some random guy, and he goes on a racist rant or homophobic rant in that game, basically just pull a Keemstar and I post it to YouTube and he can have it taken down. Is that what they mean? I don't know. And the next one, deliberately posting content in order to humiliate someone. Now, I'll be honest, my channel does, some of my videos do kind of do that. I do sometimes humiliate people, but I don't do it to, I don't encourage people to attack the people I talk about. Not at all. I'm not going to. I'd never do. And I never want my audience to be that way because, number one, it's it's shitty. It's my audience, some of you guys, hopping on this bandwagon of hating somebody for no real reason. For just because I talked about them. Now, not wanting to be associated with that person, trying to avoid that person, that's fine. But going out of your way to, like, send hateful messages to somebody like me or Leafy or Pyro or anyone else talks about in a negative way is just, it's ridiculous. The next one is making hurtful and negative comments / videos about another person. So basically, if I criticize somebody and they don't like what I said, they can take that video down. They can take my video down just because I made them go, ah! What? That's so fucking dumb. You can't be serious here. Like, hurtful? First off, let me take, for example, one of my videos. Some of my Fetish Too Far videos. Like the one I made that cross-dresser guy. Or maybe even the original Fetish Too Far rant I did 2 years ago. About 2 years ago. Take those rants, for example. The people I talked about. I talked about them negatively. Yes, it does hurt their reputation, but remember, keep in mind what I'm talking about, what they're doing. The people I talked about in those videos had pedophilic tendencies. They had very strange tendencies, which that's a red flag. That's like that's the thing is that if you expose somebody for being a pedophile or for being someone who's into like who's a masochist or a sadist or someone who's like manipulative or a liar, a blatant liar, Keemstar, he could take the video down because you're talking negatively about him. Which yes, it does hurt their reputation, but it's hurting their reputation for a reason. Because what they're doing is bad. What they're doing is not good. It's a reason to avoid them, like Line Maker any or anybody else like that. Or not only that, not only people like Line Maker, but people that are manipulative. Keemstar, yes, again. I don't know. He just fits in every category, I guess. I mean, people like him, Life in a Tent. I know he's not. I know he's an old YouTuber, but he was basically like Keemstar from the past. He was today's Keemstar, if in the past. But he's a story for another day. The next one, unwanted sexualization, which encompasses sexual harassment or sexual bullying in any form. I don't really have much to say on that. I really don't. Because I feel like this is like if I made a video talking about who's a hot YouTuber. Fuck it. I'll just say like a nostalgia chick from no. I don't know, some pretty YouTube girl who's, and I like say something like, oh, she's got a nice rack. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, YouTube's rules are very efficient. They don't really follow them, so we might need more closure on that. And the last one, incitement to harass others or creators. This is mainly revolving around fans. How the fans will take things. This has always been a problem with YouTube. When a YouTuber gets big or has an audience of really any size, for some reason, it's so damn hard for their audience to see them in a negative light. And even if I got talked a bit negatively about a user, then some of my audience members, or another user does it, they would go and harass the person I talked about or what I was talking about. Like a subject or another person, right? Now you might think that a lot of people wouldn't do this, but considering the vocal minority does speak volumes because, they're vocal, you see them, they're usually the first things you see in, fan bases or whatever. I could kind of see why this rule would exist, but it still isn't really good because that's on the fans. Like, that happened when Leafy roasted that Tommy and C guy, and that whole drama occurred. Or whenever KSI and PewDiePie were at it a little bit, and what they were going at each other about was fucking nothing. The KSI and PewDiePie thing was absolutely nothing. People were sending KSI like death threats, like racist death threats, and all this other stuff. And it's like, it was just over a bit of a disagreement over the internet. That was fucking ridiculous. But yeah, that's the new terms of service. How does it affect my channel? Well, my account is becomes easily bannable now, so that sucks. I mean, I'm sure that there'll probably be some. I hope that. I don't know. I hope there'll be more disclosure on this because this sucks. Because now this puts my channel at huge risk. Because if it wasn't big enough in the past, it's now even bigger. If they really go through with it and push it through. I mean, they do a shitty job at their own community guidelines. Like, it took them long enough just trying to, fix the copyright issues. That shit's been around for like, what, 7, not 7. Sorry, I forgot to, I forgot this year was still the 2016. Oops. For like what, 6 years? 6, 7 years. Yeah, it would be 7. Ever since Viacom sued YouTube. Google bought the rights to YouTube, and they sued them. And only now, like, at this peak, they're now finally starting to fix, this whole copyright issue that's on their fucking site. When it's been around for 7, 8 years. So, a little slow. But hey, I guess it's better late than never. But, you know. So, yeah, new guidelines. I might have to not upload videos as often, which that really sucks. I could just switch to Daily Motion, just do videos there, but I don't think they'd be much better. And I don't want to encourage that mentality, because when Daily Motion gets big, the companies and corporations start suing them, and then they'll basically be YouTube again. Basically just be YouTube 2.0. Probably be even worse, so I don't know. It's a rock and a hard place here, so I guess I just gotta make do with what I have, Well, I guess that's it. That was a nice little long video. Get back into the video making thing, I guess. But yeah, that's it.